Payments. Individual payments is for the capture of patient payments. Patient batch payments for the capture of a number of patient payments taken for the day, and medical aid payments for the capture of patient accounts paid by the medical fund from a remittance advice. In order to make an individual payment, enter the patient number, select the relevant episode to display the episode information below. The medical aid linked or payor linked to the episode will be automatically populated. The payment date can be selected from a calendar, and the receipt number will be system generated when clicking on the checkbox. The payment can be against a hospital or a doctor account, and the payment can be split, for example, into a cash payment and a partial credit card payment. Enter the amount to be paid, select the payment method, and save the payment. The receipt will now be automatically printed when connected to a printer and can be handed to the patient. Patient batched payments can be captured in the batched payments screen. The transaction date will default to real time. The projected total must be entered as per the remittance. The payment description can be altered accordingly. Payment method must be selected from the drop-down, and the actual total will add up with each transaction captured. Payments can be captured against a hospital or a doctor account. In order to capture a payment line, select the Insert button. Enter the patient number, the relevant episode for payment against which payment is being made, and it can be seen that in the lower part of the screen, information relating to that episode such as outstanding balances and episode status can be viewed. Tab will produce a next payment line. Enter the next patient, relevant episode, and payment amount. Two payments can be made against the same patient number for different episodes. When I have completed processing the payments, if the actual total and the projected total are not equal and the user posts the payment, a warning message will display, enabling the user to go back and check the payment transactions made. Corrections can be made, and when the actual and projected total are equal, post the transaction. The batch can now be printed. Medical aid payments is for the capture of patient accounts paid by the medical funder from a remittance advice. The projected total is the total on the remittance advice and must be captured. The actual total will add up as each transaction is processed. The medical aid code must be selected, searched, and selected. The transaction date will default to real time, and the payment description can be altered according to requirements. The medical aid description will display, the payment method must be selected, and the payment whether against a hospital or a doctor account. The partial payments checkbox which will enable the capture of payments against specific transaction lines in the event of a shortfall in payment from the medical funder on the remittance advice. This will then display in the relevant screens and the relevant documentation. In order to capture a transaction line, enter the patient number, the relevant episode, and the payment amount. Episode details of the patient with the outstanding balance will display below. Tab will populate a new line. It can be seen that the actual total and the projected total are now equal. This will enable the transactions to be posted and saved, and the batch can be printed.